Hey there, cats and kitties. I am the Blues Man, Jenna-Louise, and today I'd like to talk about Doctor Who, specifically responding to a couple of comments that I got from user Nathan Hawks on some of my Doctor Who related videos, specifically talking about the name of the Doctor. Now, basically, Nathan has said in two comments that, he feels about the name of the Doctor that what it has essentially done by the end of it has reduced the Doctor to nothing more than a pseudo, video game avatar for Clara, who in turn has become the real hero in Doctor Who history, the real hero of the series. And I find this to be a very compelling and intriguing sort of way of reacting to that, particular episode. Nathan also goes on to say that he will not be watching the second half of Series 7 because he was really, bummed out about the first half, essentially. And, that's a fair point. I'm not going to try to twist any arms and say, you must watch it and anything like that. If you didn't like it, you didn't like it. But I do think there are some stellar things that came out of Series 7 Part 2, and I think the name of the Doctor was one, at least for me personally. Now, in sort of talking about this idea that Clara has become the true hero of Doctor Who, I find this fascinating because I don't actually think that's the case, and I could see how certain viewers might think so, without wanting to sound like a Doctor Who apologist, because I definitely do take issue with certain things that the Moth has brought into Doctor Who in the last few series and stuff like that. I'm somebody who, in hearing that sort of summarization, I'm looking at it like, essentially you have Clara who has entered the Doctor's sort of time scar, his soul, his essence, his being from the beginning of his time to the end of his time. And you have Clara, through dialogue, admitting herself that time and time again she couldn't get through to the Doctor. I mean, granted, we do see her suggesting to the First Doctor which TARDIS to steal and everything like that. But we also see her not being able to encounter the Doctor in a way that she really has any effect on his story. I think it's arguable as to whether, she has actually become the new hero of Doctor Who and replaced the Doctor in any way, shape, or form, because as I say, 9 times out of 10, she's failed at her mission. She can suggest things and she can point the Doctor in certain directions, but she's not really getting through to him, She's only really getting through to the 11th incarnation. And once the Doctor has joined her in his time scar and righted things that went wrong with the Great Intelligence, well, I really think that's where her influence ends. I think everything was righted again. And so the Doctor has reestablished and asserted himself, the control he has over himself once again. I don't think what Clara was able to do, I think it only lasted up until that point. And of course, it remains to be seen what happens, post the name of the Doctor going into the 50th anniversary special, whether they're still in his time scar, whether they've broken out of it, what have you, I don't know. But I think Clara's influence, for lack of a better term, was very limited in scope, and it was absolved by the time the name of the Doctor was over. So I really don't agree that the Doctor has been replaced by Clara in any way, shape, or form, because her influence has only really been temporary. And the Doctor, has had his journeys through space and time without meeting Clara, so it would have happened anyway. Everything that has happened has already happened, Clara's influence has only come at this point, and maybe a few things got redirected here or there, but everything's pretty much righted itself by the end. So that's pretty much where I'm left with it, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the comments below what you think. Thank you, Nathan, for giving me some new aspects to think about as far as the name of the Doctor and its aftermath, and I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll catch you all later. Peace.